What is Nearpod, you ask? Nearpod is an award winning K through 12 tool that offers interactive lesson videos and formative assessments. It's built for distant learning, hybrid, and also school based settings. Best of all, it's free. So, here's just a little bit about Nearpod. You can read some of this. You can use it for a whole lesson. You can use it for just a video. It gamifies some activities. There's formative assessment. Also, once students have finished the Nearpods you've presented, if you've embedded any kind of work, quizzes, matching, it also tells you if they've even participated, if you even had something simple like a poll. There's three ways you can use Nearpod. You can use it with live participation where the teacher actually directs the pace and the content that kids are seeing. There's student paced, which the students work through on their own. This is great if you are out for the day and you want to just create a Nearpod lesson for your students to work through since you're not there at school. And there are even lesson plans to present that way. This is also great for your students that are learning at home and they're not able to attend the class. They can just work through the Nearpod on their own. And then if you're at a school or school district where you don't have one-to-one technology, you can use this as a presentation tool just front of class. So if you're like me, when I first saw this, I was like, I don't have time to create this stuff. But you can import your PowerPoint slides and then just put your Nearpod quizzes and stuff in there. You can use Google Slides, PDFs. If you have any YouTube videos, you can embed those in your Nearpod or video files. The great part about the files, the videos, is as you're working through them, you can put pause points where it stops and you can ask a question. So this way, you know your students are paying attention. They just didn't turn the video on and walk off to another room. Um, this will give you instant feedback how they're going. You can make sure that the students are actually answering the questions as they go. And then if you still don't have time, there's over 8,500 pre-med lessons and interactive videos. So Nearpod is very interactive. You can see here on the screen, and you can sign up for free. It's not very adaptive. It doesn't adapt to how the students are answering, but as a teacher, you could adapt slides for students that are more advanced. So you could differentiate for your students that might have difficulty in certain subjects. If they can't read, you could embed audio files for those students that it would actually read the content to them. If you have students that are more advanced, you could make a Nearpod and just change the slides so they're working harder problems, something that will challenge them a little bit more. Another great thing about Nearpod is it is interactive. So you get real time feedback. So the teacher knows who needs additional help. The teacher knows who's not paying attention. The teacher knows who's struggling because you can see instantly on the screen what they're doing. There are also some great stuff out there that enhances your questions. They're not just um, questions that are open ended or things. You can do draw it. They actually have to draw what they're doing. This is great for math. I like to use it so I can see how my kids worked out the problem to make sure they're getting the right answer. They're just not copying off somebody beside them. It shows me how they think. There's a collaboration board so they can put their thoughts up there and share with other students. There's fill in the blank quizzes. Flipgrid, that's another great one I like. You can embed your Flipgrid stuff in here. So they click on it, it actually sends them to the link and they can record the Flipgrid. So you could have been talking about whatever, how to count coins. You could use this for reading. They can read a story, and then they click on the Flipgrid and go record the main idea, the BME, the beginning, middle, end. So there's just a lot of tools that just doesn't limit you to regular questions. I mean, there are those on here open ended. There's fill in the blanks for those other students. But there are some great other tools out there that you can use with this. So this is easy to use. I've built a few slides here, but if I wanted to add a new slide, I could just click add a slide. I can pick what kind of slide I want to add. Let's say I want to put in a video from vocabulary. I would click on it since Nearpod and vocabulary joined last year when Nearpod bought them out. I could just click on my video. So I've embedded one here, and we could preview that video that I've uploaded. So this one's called Basic Shapes. So I would So you can see that these vocabularies are great for your students because they have kind of a hip hop sound. There's all kinds of videos you can choose from, and then you can just embed those into your lesson. So here's one I did of something 3D that's an option for you out there if you're teaching science. I'm just going to pull this one up. It's pretty cool. It just gives you a 3D version of something that you're talking about, whether it's animals, like this one obviously is a human body. So I can turn this, I could make it full screen. So I can see from the top. If I want to see what the top of the body looks like, the head. You can even turn and you can see their feet. You can see the liver, the stomach, the large and the small intestines, throat, heart, how the muscles work. This is just something else that you can do with Nearpod. Here's a simulator. I thought this one was great for doing fractions for students. It just lets the kids be a little bit more interactive in the lesson so they're not just sitting there. So we could say level 4. You could tell your students which level they're on. So this one wants us to build 1/2. So I'd build it and then I can send it over there. 1/2. That's just another little tool you can use. This one's a virtual field trip. There's all kinds. You just type in what you want to look. You can say the moon, and then you could see the moon. But this one here is, as you can see, you can enter VR mode, and it lets you look like you're looking through lenses. You can see if you turn away from the Statue of Liberty, you can see New York City over there, Manhattan. That's another thing you can do. There's a collaboration board here. So this one, I just want the students to pick an endangered animal and put the date when they became endangered so they can add to that. You can change the background, upload photos. They can do the same thing. This one here is just a memory test. I thought this was a fun activity just to let them work. They'd have to match these. And then once you've done it, you can hit preview and you see what the students are seeing as they work through here. We'll get this moving here. So there's my video I've input. Here's the human body, my simulator for the fractions. Here's my virtual field trip I put in there so we can talk about the Statue of Liberty. Here's the collaboration board the students would add to. And then here's the memory test where they would be trying to find the correct ones and they work through that. So it's really great. When you want to build new slides or add slides, these are the things you can add through there. And here are the activities you can go. So it's very easy to use. I click back here to my library. So you can see I have these different ones out there. When I launch them, I just go in here and put either live participation or student paste. And I can send them through that way. If I want to find something here through their library, there's stuff for English language learners, digital citizenship, and there's college and career exploring. There's all kinds of stuff. Subplans, your reports after your students work one of the Nearpods. It will pull them up here. I can click here. It tells me how many students. I click on it, and it tells me who created the poll. Did they do their poll? Did they draw the feature? Did they fill in the blank? Were they participating? So if they didn't participate at all, they logged on, but he didn't do anything. I see that here. He didn't participate. So you can see Nearpod is very accessible for everyone. It's very customizable. You can customize it to your students and your teaching style. The functionality is great. Students can use it for all kinds of things. Here's just a few more resources. If you're wanting to learn more about Nearpod, you can see they have live webinars that you can register for. Here's Nearpod for beginners, how to plan and create, using vocabulary, using Google. And then there's getting started videos, teacher and admin resources, training resources, all kinds of things here. Here's how it tells about how it's free, and you can just click here to sign up. And this just kind of gives you a step-by-step how it's interactive for your students. Here it tells you about the live participation student in front of class. As you can see, Nearpod is a great tool that you could use in the classroom. From my years in management, I can see how this could be used in business to present new information, or just training that you could use for HR reasons or anything else. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Go check out Nearpod. I think it'll make your class a lot better.